So now we've spoken about all the kind of laid the foundation for understanding what workforce housing is. Let's get on to the good stuff.
Okay.
How does an investor make money in workforce housing or in workforce housing development?
Great question. So our model UTH, so I'm going to speak about our model UTH, which stands for Urban Townhouse, and that's the 5-bedroom, 4-bath townhouse with a 2-car garage, just to give folks a sense of the format. We can generate really market superior yields on these UTH workforce housing projects for a number of reasons. And I'll sort of go through the list to describe that. So one of them, the first one we already talked about, is the format of the unit is a 5-bedroom, 4-bath unit. And that's really key because basically what it allows us to do is charge a rent. Right now we're averaging between $3,500 and $4,000 a month for a 1,750 square foot 5-bedroom, 4-bath unit. Right. So it's purpose built and designed to rent, but it lives like a house, right? It's got the garage, it's a townhouse. So it's a 3-story unit. You live above and below your own family, right? But that rent allows us to basically create high whole dollar rents in the pro forma, right? If you're charging $3,500 a month, that allows the pro forma to operate much more efficiently or effectively, maybe is a better way to say it. In other words, the gross rent provides more income for which to afford the cost of the project, right? Because in development, we always have to have the source of the income, and it has to be viably supporting the cost of the project to build it, right? Right. The dollar we spend has to produce sufficient income, right? And so that high whole dollar rent is really a unique characteristic of UTH, right? That allows us to create these high whole dollar rents. Now, remember, they're still affordable to the family because they have 2 to 4 wage earners, right? And so if they're producing 100 to 150,000 a year, which is our average bracket for 2 to 4 wage earners in California, Southern California, that they are paying 30% of their income, even though it is $3,500 a month. Right. So because of the format of the unit, we're able to provide these high whole dollar rents and then still have them be naturally affordable to tenants. Right. So that's number one. Okay. Is the high gross whole dollar rents that we produce. Okay. The second part is that we're able to buy land very efficiently. So one of the tenets of the UTH model is that we only want it to go, and it's perfectly coherent and appropriate for us to seek to buy sites in low and lower middle income neighborhoods. Okay. And what's unique about that is that we're able to buy land more efficiently because we have little or no competition from other builders because they're not seeking neighborhoods that don't have sufficient incomes to support their high-end luxury, product. Okay. But also it compacts the timelines, right? So we, in these neighborhoods, are generally finding, land that's affordable, and we don't really have much in the way of neighborhood resistance from a political standpoint, which I'll talk about in the next item I'm going to talk about. And so that just helps us basically acquire land more efficiently, right? Cost and time. Okay. So land price is the second one. Third one is that we're only buying sites that are already zoned, that are by right, to allow the development model UTH that we want to produce, which is about 22 to the acre, 3-story townhouse on grade, right? And so that also lends itself to compacting the timeline. So we're, again, time efficient because we're not going through a long drawn out political entitlement process, which California is, famous for, right? We actually are going the other direction from rezoning and entitlements. We're going just to seek and buy sites that are already, in essence, the zoning is ready to go. By right is the way we call it. The fourth one is that we're building very efficiently, right? So because we're building a 3-story on-grade townhouse product, we're able to simplify the designs. It's still a good product, right? If you walk the units, you would feel good about the finishes. We're doing modern colors. We're doing, a sort of engineered wood plank floor. We have a nice production cabinet. We're doing quartz countertops in a lot of our units these days. So the unit looks nice. But because of the configuration of the systems and structure of the building, we eliminate, underground or concrete parking structure, what we call a podium in the business. We just don't do any of that. This is on grade. Okay. that we build the same unit over and over again. So we only do a 5-bedroom, 4-bath unit. And in fact, it's the exact same unit that we've refined over time. So we've been able to simplify across every choice of material, of structural systems, of how we design the buildings, mechanical, electrical, plumbing. And we pair that with subcontractors who we have a great sub base in Southern California. And we sort of use this design over and over again. We use the vendor team, think architects, engineers over and over. And then the subs are basically the same group that we execute over and over with. What that does is it really brings us directly into the production mentality or the production domain of residential housing, which you would classically see home builders in that space, right? They're building plan A, they're going to build that over and over and over again.
Right, production stuff, right?
Exactly. In fact, this, I say internally, this is the most production oriented housing that we've ever done. Classically, in our business of urban housing and workforce housing, we might have built one-off projects. Think a podium that just is designed for that specific site. That building only gets built once, and then the next one's different, next one's different.